Hello, Internet. This is Ewan Spence and ESC Insight calling. I will have my Icelandic song in this life or the next. Coming up, we have Italy going for gold, the UK reaching the charts, and the final deadline approaches. Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm Ewan Spence and welcome to another look back at 7 days in the world of the Eurovision Song Contest with ourselves here at ESC Insight. And of course, if you like the podcast, do hit likes and shares it around everywhere. And if you do love us, then you'll find out more details, articles, information at escinsight.com. And we've also got our Patreon page up as well, where you can support everything that we put in towards covering the song contest. Right, enough of that. Let's head over and find out a little bit about the show, this week's results, and what's happening next week and beyond. Okay, it's going to be a tale of two shows. We'll start with Junior Eurovision, actually, following on from last week. While there is still no official word from last year's winners, Poland, and their broadcaster TVP and the EBU, there have been reports in Polish media that a bid has been put forward from TVP to host Junior Eurovision 2020 in Krakow. That's not been confirmed by anybody yet, but we'll just put that up on your radar. In terms of the adult show, well, you know the dates, May 12th and 14th for the semi-finals, 16th for the grand final. Hotel prices are high. Tickets are on sale through official site and the reseller. Don't go anywhere else. You'll be paying for touts and such like, and wait till the end of March when the last set of tickets go on sale. Obviously, there's something in the air if you're having an event with a lot of people, and the EBU have issued a statement just before we went to the recording of this podcast that the plans to host the event in Rotterdam in the Netherlands remain unchanged. It is too early to comment on possible scenarios, which will depend on what happens in the coming months, said a spokesperson for the EBU. For now, we are going ahead with our plans for the event in Rotterdam. To that, I would add just two pieces of advice to the fan community out there. One, keep calm. Two, wash your hands. Okay, as we record this, we've got a count of 24 songs from 41, but that's going to change as we go throughout the week, so check listings for details by the time you get around to listening to the podcast. We'll start off with the internal selections from last week. Three there, the UK, Greece and Germany. Ben Dolick will be singing for Germany after the song Violent Things won through an internal selection, which had an expert jury and a publicly selected jury after they were asked about Eurovision knowledge and to rank previous Eurovision songs. The song itself comes from the team at Symphonics, who you'll have recognised from a number of entries in previous years. Cesar Samson's Nobody Beat You for Austria, Christian Kostov, Beautiful Mess for Bulgaria, and also for Bulgaria, Polyganova's If Love Was a Crime. Over in Greece, we already knew that it's going to be Stefani who was singing the song, but we now have the song and the video of Supergirl, which will be their entries. On brand for Greek pop entries. There's a bit of dance, there's a bit of ethnic rhythms going on in there. The video itself feels like an OC episode crossed with a pilot for a new superhero series on the CW, and all looking very nice and polished there. And then we have the United Kingdom. Singer will be James Newman, brother of John Newman, and the song is My Last Breath. It was announced on Radio 2 with Newman being interviewed by good old Ken Bruce, and on Radio 1 with DJ Greg James letting everyone know he didn't know why he had to play the song. Thanks, Greg. That really helps. The song itself, though, has picked up significant downloads and chart presence, which is the best in some time for the launch of a UK song. And, of course, BMG are helping the BBC find the artist, and the record label is also assisting with the promotion and have stated this is a 3-year project. So it's not see what happens or try again. It's we're in this for the long run, we're building it up, and that's a really good bit of news. Okay, competitive results here. So we've got two heats going on. Portugal had their second semi-final of the Festival de Canção. That means we've topped out all the finalists. So coming out of the second semi-final are Jimmy P, Thomas Luzia, Katie and Eliza Rodriguez. They're going to be heading to the final, which takes place this Saturday night. Over in Sweden, the Andra Chansen duels have been completed, so we have our last four finalists, who'll also be joining the eight that went direct to France Arena. Winning through the duels are Aniston Damina, Paul Ray, Felix Sandman and Mendez, with the vocal featuring of Alvaro Estrella. And now we've got, 7 countries that had competitive finals in the last 7 days. So we just got a big wall of songs coming through as well. Let's start with Belarus. Performing is VAL and Val. We have Valery Grubasova and Vlad Peskievich winning through the selection there with the song Davidna. They got second place in the jury, second place in the televote, but otherwise the top places were split, so that was enough for Val to take first place. 12 ran. Over in Croatia, they had a one-shot national final this year. The songs were kept away from the public until they debuted on the broadcast, much like Melody Festival and San Remo in Sweden and Italy, respectively. Croatia saw victory go to Damir Kedzo and his song Divide 16 ran. Estonia, What Love Is, has won through Estelau, and that means Uke Sviste will be heading off to Rotterdam following a convincing win in the three-strong super final round of the contest. And Enten Freddy and Jagab Juisk take silver and bronze. 12 ran, 9 fell, 3 ran in the super final. 1, as always, goes forward with the flag. We had the grand final of Song for Kepnin this weekend as well from Iceland, following a huge amount of social media momentum outside of Iceland, including the gladiator himself, Russell Crowe, going, "That's the song for me." Iceland did in the end make the expected choice of Think About Things. First round saw 5 songs go place to fight through for a 2-song super final. Dodi Frey was one, of course, and he's winning. Second place goes to Rockers Dima, and of course it was a public vote. Dodi Frey sails through, and it is now top of the betting odds. Now we've had a look back. I think we've looked back. Peter Fenner has looked back, and Iceland has never went in top of the odds before. Last year had 3, managed to get 4th. There's been a couple of second in the odds going into the contest as well. So Iceland's looking to maintain that. This is their most popular song for some time. Moldova, O Melody Pentru Europa, went ahead also with a one-shot national final. Winning through is Natalie Gordienko and her song Prison. Gordienko has sung in ESC before. She was duetting in 2006 with Arsenium on the song Loca. This time round, though, fighting through a field of 20 ran. Serbia took its heats and its grand final all in a compressed couple of days. So we've had the semi-finals, 12 ran, and then the grand final, 12 ran as well. Finding through that whole smorgasbord of shows with power pop trio Hurricane and the song Hasta la Vista. Some familiar names in the group there. Ivana Nikolis is new to Eurovision, but an accomplished national dance championship. Ksenia Kinevich sang backing vocals in 2015 with her father when Kinez sang Adieu for Montenegro. And Sanja Vucic sung for Serbia in 2016 with Goodbye Shelter. So there's fair to say there's a lot of Eurovision experience in that group there. 24 ran, 12, and then 12 in the final. Romania, 5-song national final because we had an internal selection of the artist. Roxanne was singing all her songs to the public, 50-50 public and jury vote on this one. And the winning song is Alcohol You. Okay, some country news now. We'll start with Azerbaijan. Following a 5th appearance in front of the selection committee, Samira Effendi has made it through to represent her country at Eurovision. We await the Azeri song. No more details yet. For what we can tell, 5 ran. Finland, we have a running order for this weekend's UMK final. Note there is the second slot, traditionally the slot of death, award to Erika Vikman and Chikalena. Catherine Azuki opens and Tia closes. Curious call from the French Ministry of Culture this week, looking to defend and promote French as a language. Looking for a way to work with French television to find singers and songs for Eurovision that are in French. He stresses he's no issue with Tom Leib, but the song isn't in native language, and quite like it to be. Georgia, 30-second clip of Tornike Kipiani's song Take Me As I Am has been released. There's some aggression in there, there's a bit of guitars as well. We await the full track. Kipiani himself has tagged the song as being a mix of rock, electro and dubstep. Israel. Eden Aleni has already won the right to sing for Israel at the Eurovision Song Contest. Now she has 4 potential songs going forward into a televised show with a jury and public vote to decide which will be heading to the Netherlands. Fekir Libi, Rakata, Roots and Saviour in the Sound are all up for the vote. Italy and Deodato's Fedro Mori has went gold. 35,000 copies sold, along with 9.3 million Spotify streams and counting. This isn't unusual for the Sanremo winner to go gold before going to the Eurovision Song Contest. Mahmood managed it last year. Ermal and Fabrizio managed it the year before. Francesco Gabbani managed it the year before that. But it's all looking very nice. Netherlands, short and sweet on this one. The song release is going to be this Wednesday, the 4th of March. And a bundle of news out of Sweden as they head into the grand final of Melody Festival. And first up, international juries. Australia, Armenia, France, Iceland, Israel, Malta, Netherlands and Austria will all be helping contribute to the final score in 50%. And televote, the other 50%, is actually, remember, split up into age groups, each one acting as their own little jury as well. The running order opens up with Victor Crone, closest with the uplifting songman is Don Demina. Favourites, Anna Bergendahl is singing 11th and Daughter is singing 7th. Do watch out though for Robin Bengtsson in 8th and possibly Felix Sandman's Boys with Emotion song in 10th place as well. Yep, as you can tell, it's heavily loaded to the back of the order for the favourites. Presumably, it's a TV show. They want people to keep watching until the end. Okay, we've been waiting to hear on Latvia's pre-party Riga news, but OGA Latvia have announced that the event is not going to be taking place this year, so we'll keep an eye for it for next year as well. That leaves us with the Spanish ES pre-party, London Eurovision and Eurovision in concert. More guest bookings for all of those. London's Eurovision, which takes place on March the 29th, adds the UK singer this year, James Newman, and last year's singer, Michael Rice, to the mix. ES pre-party, taking place on April 10th and 11th, has added Norway's Ulrike Brandstorp into the mix, as has Eurovision in concert on April the 4th in Amsterdam, also adding Tom Lieb, Ben Dolik and the Brotherhood of Man, with a number of the older acts gracing the stage there as well. What have we got coming up on ESC Insight this week? Well, it's the last weekend of national finals. Our Ellie Chalkley, along with jukebox juror Rob Holly, are heading up to Finland to UMK. Expect an article from Ellie looking at the meaning of the song Cicciolina and how the lyrics work around the subject for a wonderful message. Ben Robertson is over on Patreon with our final Melfest podcast, and there's going to be a slew of articles coming out there on the main website. Don't forget, we've got the newsletter coming out every Friday night, Saturday morning as well, to give you a heads up what and where to watch all the news. And we'll bring up some fun articles through Twitter and Facebook as well. In terms of calendar-wise, take a deep breath. Tuesday, it's tomorrow as we record this, Israel's song selection. Wednesday, 4th of March, Switzerland announces artist and song. Netherlands announces a song. Thursday, 5th of March, Austria announces a song. Ireland announces their song and their artist. Saturday, let's see, Bulgaria announces a song. Denmark have their final of Danske Melody Grand Prix. Finland has the UMK final. Portugal is the final of Festival de Canção. And Sweden has the final of Melody Festival. And Monday, March the 9th, all the heads of delegation need to submit their song to the EBU. That's it. That'll be the national final season over. The season of previews and reviews kicks off, all heading up to our 2 weeks backstage before we reach the televised Eurovision Song Contest itself in May the 12th, 14th and 16th. A lot of news, a lot of songs to get through before then. We will be there with you all the way here at ESC Insight. Thanks very much for listening just now. We'll catch you in another 7 days with the final national final news. But for now, let's dig out our guitars. The ESC Insight News podcast this week was written and hosted by Ewan Spence, www.escinsight.com.